All right, hello, welcome back. This is another QWERTY video where we're learning more about cool stuff. This is Matt Petrowski bringing you these videos. I'm over at QWERTY.com, and we're taking a look at a very cool technique. In fact, if you are a collector, which a lot of us are, we collect things, we don't know it, saving a bunch of links may be something that you haven't done for a long time, but it is a cool thing, especially when you're using all the different browser sharing with all of the links. Anyway, I'll get to the file. Let's take a look. All right, hello there. We're going to learn a little bit more about using Vim, and we're going to be ripping all of these URLs, links that we want to save for later time. So I was on Twitter and I saw this really cool little link to a page. Thank you very much to Marco Trosi for collecting all of these nice Vim links. Now, you typically want to save these links in a way that you can recall them. Of course, you can bookmark just this page, but bookmarking just this page means that who knows if it's going to be there. So here's the easy way. I simply right-click, I choose Inspect Element. I'm going to copy this straight from the source rather than read it directly into Vim and then have to parse it, because it's a lot easier to just select this, copy it, go over to Vim, Insert, Paste. Now I've got a little bit of cleanup. Notice that I'm going to hit GG to get up to the top. I'm going to append there and then create my line. I'll exit. Now when you see that Control-J down in the bottom, I have my escape key mapped to that. You will typically see that right there, the escape key, in order to get out of that. I just hit DD to delete, capital G to jump to the bottom. I'll hit the period, which will perform my last action, which will delete. GG, take me to the top. Now I can see that all of these links that I've copied them from Tumblr. Obviously, Tumblr wants to track its own information about things. So I've got a little outlier in here. That is this one right here in terms of how it was copied. But for the most part, everything else is exactly the same. So I'm going to go into a visual block mode, and I'm going to go up until I'm scanning across the text and I see that question mark. So I'm going to push T question mark, and it's going to grab up to that point. I'll hit a few more keys, in this case the L key, to move over, and now I can just move down. I did that with a bunch of J's, and then I can hit delete in order to get rid of all of that. Now I can move down here, and I should be able to perform the same operation by simply hitting the period key right there. That selection and that delete, I repeated that for all of these remaining ones. It looks like there is 2 of them right here. Now if I did it right here, it would actually just munge up all of my text. I have to know that that repeat is going to apply to a number of lines. In fact, it was all of the 20 lines above this. So in order to delete all of this, I'm going to have to do the same thing, but in this case, I'll just do delete question mark. Actually, that was wrong. I want delete till question mark. And then I can just use the X key and get rid of those. Now this particular one, I'm just going to hit X and get rid of all of those lines. Now it turns out, if we look at this really quickly here, what happens is you can see that this particular URL for some reason was encoded properly. Now this is going to be the first of the 2 plugins that I'm using in this particular video. I switch back over to Safari here and switch over to a tab. So this first one that I'm using is this one right here. You're going to get this over at GitHub. And let's show that on screen. That is one of the popular plugins from Tim Pope, Vim Unimpaired. Now, Vim Unimpaired has a ton of features, but I'm only going to go into a few of them here. One of them is that you can convert all of these encoded entities, or the encoding on the URL or entities themselves, pretty easily with a selection. In fact, let's go and take a look at the help for unimpaired. Impaired right there. So now that we're in this, we can actually do a search once we're in the help, because the cool thing about Vim is no matter where you're at, all of your same functionality works. So you open up a help and then you maybe put a slash. My search is actually mapped to inject a, I think it's magic or something like that. Basically, it helps you it helps you create your it doesn't help you. It allows you to create easier to read regular expressions with that /v. When you hit the slash, it may come up and just do this, which is completely fine. We're looking down at the bottom of the screen there, if you didn't know. So I can put in something like entities, and there it's going to give me a result of, I can do bracket motion. But if we scroll down just a little bit more, you can see that URL encode and URL decode is the bracket and then U. So that's really cool right there. Let's close that window. I'll go up to the top and I'll hit a capital V and then a capital G. That will select everything, and then all I have to do is do that bracket U. And look at that, it converts all of my URLs for me so that they're easy to read, or everything that comes from source in HTML is so easy to convert. Now you could do that for that ampersand links right there, but I'm not going to take the time. I'm actually just going to do a search and replace now. We're going to do that with our substitution. So I'll go down into my command mode, and I'm going to put the %, which stands for the whole file, and then I'm going to substitute, and what I want to substitute is everything that is an ampersand, and then any number of characters until the end of the line. And then I'm going to close that out, because what I want to do is I globally want to replace that. So let's zoom in and take a look. If you don't already know how that works, % for the whole file, S for we're doing a substitute, / for start the pattern, ampersand is the character that I'm looking for. Don't know if I need to escape that, I may. Dot for any number or any character, 0 for 0, or the asterisk for 0 or more characters until the end of the line, end search pattern, replace pattern. What are you replacing? Nothing, and we're doing it globally. So as soon as I hit that, I now have all of my clean URLs. Now here is the really cool, tricky part. In fact, I'm going to go over here and close out these two windows. I'll leave Marco's set of links up here because I want to save all of the links into a folder in Safari, but in order to do that, I need to load them all into Safari. So here's where we get to the cool stuff. We'll go to the top of the document. I don't know, that's just habit. I didn't need to do that. But we'll go into visual block selection mode. I did that with Control V. I'll now hit Shift G, which will jump me down to the end of all of these links. And in visual block selection mode, you can attempt to insert or change or delete whatever you want. Now, it will only happen on the first line, but as soon as you escape out of visual block mode, it will apply to all lines that were selected. So watch this. I'll capital I to insert, and I'm going to type the word open. I'm going to hit the escape now, and you'll see that open got injected on every one of the lines here that I have on all of these URLs. Now, it turns out in the shell on OS X or OS X, you can open any type of folder, file, etc. using this open command. So the only thing we really need to do now is we need to make this into a legitimate bash script. So I'm going to do that by using Shift O, a capital O, which is going to create a line above, and I'll simply put in my bang bin bash. Now, if you don't know what this is going to do, this is going to look like magic, because now this is a shell script by adding that one line that's going to actually open all of these URLs, and it's going to do it in the default application set to handle URLs, which on my system is Safari. So here's where we get the second plugin in this scenario. I already closed it over here. Let's see if I can undo. Nope, I'm not going to be able to undo those. Well, no problem. We will open up the help. It actually gives us a good opportunity. QuickRun is going to show us the all of the help for QuickRun. I'm going to search in here for HTTP, and then I'm going to use GX, which is the netrw command for opening a URL. That will give me my URL. I'll copy that, show that on screen, github.com/vim-QuickRun. Now, what's really cool about QuickRun is you can run anything that is within your current Vim buffer, and you can run it within the program that is specified to run in. I'm telling this, hey, I want to run this as a bash script. If it was a PHP, a Python, whatever, it would simply just, you'd be able to run it, which is really awesome. So here's what's crazy. I simply type QuickRun. Uh-oh, what just happened over in my Safari? Well, it just loaded all of those links. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that I just got all of those links saved into my browser, or not saved, loaded into my browser. Now what do I need to do? Well, all I'd have to do is go up to the bookmark menu and bookmark. all of these. I could add bookmarks for these 23 tabs. I can add a bookmark folder, which will save all of them, which makes it really nice because then you can actually go to a folder. Here I have this folder, research, and you can just open all the tabs. So save them for a later time when you want to read them. The cool thing here is I grabbed all of the commands that I wanted. Here's the output or the result from QuickRun. In this particular split, we'll close that. And that's how easy it is in order to load all of these URLs into a browser window and then save all of those bookmarks into a folder should you choose to do so. All right, there you go. Until next video where we learn some more QWERTY stuff. See you later.